Captain America might be the leader of Earth's mightiest heroes, but did you know that he's been a dad or father figure enough times to justify a top 10 list? That's right, today we're going to be counting down the top 10 most powerful children of Captain America. Let's hop right into it, shall we? Coming in at number 10, we have Jack Rogers, Steve Rogers' descendant from the year 2314. In an alternate future where a diluted version of the Captain America Super Soldier Serum is regularly given to everyone on Earth, a father named Jack Rogers from Steve Rogers' original bloodline is stunned to discover that the Kree Empire has been altering the serum and using it to enact control over humanity. Without any superpowers of his own, Jack Rogers definitely won't rank high on any list of powerful characters, but his willingness to grab the shield of his ancestor and stand up for what's right definitely earns him an honorable mention on this list. Coming in at number 9, we have Aaron Fisher, another example that doesn't quite have any superpowers of his own and isn't a direct child of Steve Rogers, but still earns a spot on the list due to continuing Captain America's legacy. Kicked out into the streets of Las Vegas as a vagabond following his father's discovery that he was gay, Aaron became a symbol to the homeless and disenfranchised teens of the city as he used a makeshift shield and the imagery of Captain America to fight back against the corrupted corporation Roxxon, becoming a part of a whole network of captains across the country standing up for what is right. Coming in at number 8, we have James Rogers, the alternate universe son of Captain America and Black Widow. In a future where Ultron had wiped out most of the other Avengers, Tony Stark taught a new generation of heroes from within a secret army base in the Arctic. Wielding an energy-based version of the original Captain America's shield, James Rogers led the next Avengers team after Ultron discovered their location and captured Tony, alongside unleashing an army of mechanical replacements for all of the original Avengers. And honestly, there's not many more definitive ways to show you're worthy of being the next Captain America than defeating a robot version of the original Captain America. Coming in at number 7, we have ELLIE Rogers, a potential future daughter of Steve Rogers and Sharon Carter. In a world where the symbiote villain Venom had allied with members of Hydra, ELLIE Rogers was a young resistance member fighting against this symbiote-powered evil regime. Infected by the symbiotes during their final assault on a resistance stronghold, ELLIE used her new powers to help aid other superpowered visitors from the multiverse against the new Hydra Empire. With all of the strengths of Venom combined with the heroism of Steve Rogers, ELLIE was definitely a wild combination of both hero and villain. Coming in at number 6, we have Steve Rogers V, aka Commander America. In the alternate future of the 22nd century, the 5th generation of Captain America is the leader of the Cosmic Avengers, and the result of generations worth of scientific tinkering to create the perfect recreation of the original Captain America. With the exact powers of the original Steve Rogers, this Commander America was an essential hero in the final battle against the Kree and Skrull empires as they set to invade Earth, and even wound up teaming up with the original Guardians of the Galaxy back when they were a team from the Marvel Universe's future. With all of these cosmic additions alongside a higher rank to boot, this version of Steve Rogers is definitely one to keep an eye on. Coming in at number 5, we've got Danielle Cage, a potential Captain America of the future. The grown-up child of both Jessica Jones and Luke Cage on Earth 15061, Danielle might not be literally related to Captain America, but has nonetheless taken up the heroic mantle in a Manhattan where climate change makes flooding incredibly frequent and gangs roam the streets. With her own arch nemesis in the form of the Golden Skull, because obviously we need to up the ante from just Red, Danielle Cage is also one of the physically strongest Captain Americas throughout the multiverse, inheriting both the strength-based power sets of her parents and letting her throw that red and blue shield as hard as it's ever been thrown before. Coming in at number 4, we have Ian Rogers, aka the New Nomad. Following a misadventure that saw Captain America stuck within the mysterious Dimension Z, Steve Rogers wound up finding an infant boy within this dangerous environment. Actually the son of his villain, Arnim Zola, Cap wound up raising the boy in Dimension Z for what felt like 11 years, becoming an adoptive father to the rapidly aging boy. While Steve would eventually leave Dimension Z, Ian chose to stay behind as its defender, adopting one of Steve Rogers' previous superhero names of Nomad to fight back against Zola's other creations that had taken over the entirety of Dimension Z. And given that Ian has since reappeared a few times visiting the main Marvel universe, this is one of the few occasions where Steve and one of his possible kids wind up having a somewhat actual happy ending. Coming in at number 3, we have Sharon Rogers from the mobile game Marvel Future Fight. In an alternate universe where Captain America was never frozen in ice at the end of the Second World War, Steve Rogers and Agent Peggy Carter helped win the war and celebrated V-Day with a private marriage ceremony. Decades later, with the two heroes since having retired, their daughter Sharon now wields both Captain America's shield and a futuristic energy lance, continuing her parents' battle for peace and justice across the world. Coming in at number 2, we have the Ultimate Universe version of the Red Skull. That's right, in the notably darker and edgier Ultimate Universe, Captain America's deadliest and most iconic foe is none other than his own son. Conceived during his last night with his World War II era girlfriend, Gail Richards, the Red Skull was completely unknown about by this version of Steve Rogers. Born after his father was frozen in ice, the baby was taken in by the military and grew up in foster care. Growing up with an inferiority complex, this child would eventually scar himself and break free from his government holdings, becoming the criminal mastermind known as the Red Skull and sowing chaos throughout the world as a professional assassin, even being behind this universe's version of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Sounds like you've got some family issues to work out here, Steve. And finally, coming in at our top spot, we have Sarah Rogers, the daughter of Captain America and Rogue, one of the most famous members of the X-Men. In an alternate what-if reality where the heroes and villains of the Marvel Universe never left the combined planet of Battleworld, many of the characters have settled down and decided to call a truce. When the son of Victor Von Doom begins to enact a plan to return to Earth and conquer it, however, Steve and Rogue's daughter Sarah has no choice but to embrace her heroic heritage and launch a resistance against Doom's son, rallying other heroes by being the first hero in a generation to be able to lift the magical hammer, Mjolnir. With Thor's weapon, the strength of Steve Rogers, and Rogue's ability to fly, Sarah Rogers just might be the most powerful child of Captain America. That's all the time we have for today's list, so thank you all so much for watching. As always, I've been Josh Busker, and I'll see you all next time, Nerd Squad.